Last week, I got the urge to make more tiny things, so I asked my viewers on the community tab what sort of animals you'd like to see me make next. And the overwhelming winner was bats. So I thought, why make one bat when you can make 2 or 3? I haven't made bat wings this size before, so I'll need a new template. I start with pencil lines and curves on a piece of card, just playing with shapes until I get a design I'm happy with. Then I mark out the wings on mulberry paper. I love working with this handmade paper. This is not to be confused with the thin mulberry tissue paper. It's thick and quite stiff like cardboard. It has a lovely texture, it can be painted or varnished, and it looks almost leather-like. I start out making 2 pairs of wings, one in black and another in purple. I later decide to make a third pair in blue. You'll see those later. I create folds to add a bit of structure to the wings. Those will need a couple of coats of sealer to give them a glossy finish and make them a bit more durable. Before I do that though, I have a few small scraps of mulberry paper left from cutting out the wings, which I don't want to waste. So I'm punching out some flower shapes. I'll use some of these as motifs somewhere and save the rest. These make great 3D paper flowers, so I'm sure they'll come in handy on another project. The sealer I'm using is Annie Howe's Glamour Seal, which leaves a clear glossy finish. It's made for photo jewellery, so it doesn't dissolve the dye in the paper or leach colours. Mod Podge would probably be fine, but the paper is hand dyed and there's no guarantee it's going to be colour safe, so I'm being extra careful. While the wings are drying, I start making the bodies. These are just 2 pieces of black quilting cotton sewn together and stuffed with polyester fibre. I usually make my dolls one at a time, but as these are so small and fairly simple, I can make 3 at once without getting myself too confused. 2 out of the 3 bats are getting plain black ears, but I found some purple cotton in my fabric stash that goes well with the purple mulberry paper, so this one can have purple wings and ears. I'm ladder stitching the ears to the head all the way around the base. Because they're quite small, they should stand quite well without any stuffing or anything to stiffen them. Now she's starting to look like a bat. I've got some tiny doll-sized buttons for the eyes. I want to sew these on as neatly as possible without stitches showing on the back of the head, so I'm anchoring the thread on the back where it'll be covered by the wings. I'd normally sew on each button individually, but as these are so tiny, I think I can get away with attaching both buttons with a single thread. If you're enjoying watching these little bats take shape, don't forget to hit the like button and let me know. I will be making more miniature animals soon, so subscribe if you want to see those. I'm going to attach the wings with the button joint. I may need to reinforce it with a dab of glue, but the button will make sure they're absolutely not going to fall off. This is a little bit fiddly. I need to make sure they're secured really tight to the body, then fasten the thread off just underneath so the stitches don't show. That looks pretty cute. Now how about feet? I thought it might be fun to make one of the bats hanging upside down. I considered a few different hangers like ribbon or wax cord, but I wanted to look like she's hanging from her feet. And the easiest way I could think of to do that is with a chain. These little silver-plated bails are meant to attach a pendant to a necklace, but I figured they'd make good feet. I knew my jewellery making stash would come in handy again one day. Now remember those paper flowers I made earlier? I'm going to use some of them to add a bit of colour to the body. I'm just sticking these in place with some tacky glue. I want the finish on the flowers to match the wings, so I'm giving them a coat of sealer. Now she just needs a bit of detail on the face. For most of my dolls, I draw the face detail on with fine liner ink pens, but as these are made from black fabric, I'm using white acrylic paint with a bit of fabric medium mixed in. I always find it really tricky getting the lines as fine as I want when I'm painting on fabric. If I thin the paint too much, it kind of bleeds into the weave. If it's too thick, it sort of goes on in splodges. So I'm just going really slowly. I'm sure there's an acrylic medium out there somewhere that'll solve this issue. If anyone knows of one, please do let me know in the comments. I've named this little bat Bo. Her siblings are Buffy and Minky. As always, available dolls can be found at spiderthread.com. I'll put a link in the description. A little while ago I made a miniature cat. If you'd like to see how that went, go watch this video next, and I'll see you next time. Bye!